Good day, ladies and gentlemen, your P4wnyhof here. Let's talk about Streamlabs OBS, why they are dicks and why they have screwed up so tremendously much, finally. And some stories are surfacing that I've been waiting for such a long time. You might know or not know, we streamers use Open Broadcaster to stream. Some use XSplit, but most of us actually do use Open Broadcaster, also to record videos for the YouTube and such. That is an open source software. Now, there's something like Streamlabs OBS, which essentially is a complete copy of the open source OBS tool, and they even stole the name more or less and slapped it on their own product. What Streamlabs sits right now, heads up, Streamlabs anyways, bunch of douche nozzles, they copied complete Lightstream. So we have the site from Lightstream, a powerful and intuitive live streaming studio in your browser, no downloads, no technical wizardry, right? And you have their website on the left. Level up your Xbox, PlayStation streams. You know, how does it work? Activate personalized stream. So cloud capture, full loadout, and screen. All you need is your console. Everything. Pretty much how to control it on mobile phone, right? This is complete Lightstream and how Lightstream works. Now, remember Streamlabs OBS that has been, taking the whole OBS product, open source, pretty much then making money with it. Big move in general. Here is the website from Streamlabs. Level up your console streams. Console, because why would you call it Xbox and PlayStation? Automatically add overlays, alerts, and other media every time you go live. And we're talking about a company that is gigantic, sold also to Logitech for millions. After yoinking that open source product completely and the name even getting that. Cloud capture for console streams, personnel, full layout and design control, full layout. Go live in minutes from your console. All you need is your console. Cool. So you see what we're talking about, right, ladies and gentlemen? Might it would be funny if they even had the same name here, right? So Lightstream is literally one of the greatest things ever discovered. Streamlabs Studio is literally one of the greatest things ever discovered. Thank you so much for making it so easy. Well, could you majorly, royally screw up even more? Now comes the cherry on the ice cream, though. Near the launch of Streamlabs OBS, SLOBS, how it's called, Streamlabs reached out to us, OBS project, the original OBS, about using the OBS name. We kindly asked them not to. They did so anyway and followed up by filing a trademark. We've tried to sort this out in private and they have been uncooperative at every turn. We're often faced with confused users and even companies who do not understand the difference between the two apps. Support volunteers are now sometimes met with angry users demanding refunds. We've had interaction with the several companies who did not realize our apps were separate. Legally, they have obeyed the terms in the GPL, but they have repeatedly disregarded the spirit of open source and given back. Despite these actions by Streamlabs, the OBS project will continue to provide free open source tools for everybody. These guys make the absolute streamer tool. They're not monetized. You can donate to them, which streamers do, because I've been using this tool since I started streaming. Donating to them is a no-brainer for me. And they're essentially doing this completely as an open source for free. They're really supported by donators, by people helping, by people contributing up here to help them over Patreon, over Collective. And yes, they're open source. They have a GPL v2 license. And what Streamlabs did is they really took the whole OBS source code. I mean, it's open source. Slapped their own skin on it and made people pay for it for their premium services. Now, there's an alternative, for example, called StreamElements OBS Live. StreamElements OBS Live is an add-on. It does exactly what Slops does, but it's in OBS. It's in the actual source. It's not a reskin. It didn't, make it StreamElements OBS. It's just an integration for the actual OBS. So you don't have to feel like a scumbag, who's stealing someone's hard work to profit from someone's hard work. And these guys, they're doing they're the streaming scene. OBS is the streaming scene. They are the product everyone uses, especially since the product is for free. There is XSplit, and XSplit is good, and XSplit is not terrible. And there's some reasons to actually do use XSplit. But Streamlabs themselves, these guys, they've been trying to get me multiple times to use their tool. There've been, business offers, throwing money at me and other shenanigans. And it's a no. I've said from minute one on, why would I use your guys' ripped off product that performs worse than OBS. Streamlabs OBS has a key for automatic setups that OBS has too. And the program with the clunkiness and clutterness takes more CPU than the original does. Obviously, it runs clunkier and worse. And especially, I'd rather support the original, the guys that actually made the tool. I'd rather throw money at them than support a faceless company of people that stole someone's complete work to make profit. I mean, end of the day, Streamlabs freaking smart. They did everything right, probably from their investors' eyes, you know, making the most money out of it. But from an ethical standpoint, ethical business standpoint, and the way how open source works, it was the biggest kick in the nuts the OBS guys have ever received. And I have all my respect for them to continue their product, to even continue doing this open source. I mean, they could literally sell their product like one-time license, $30, and everyone would buy it. But they choose to go like I would say from the 1 million and more million, and from the hundreds of thousands of streamers that are out there, from 100,000 streamers, at least 90,000 would pay like these $30 for a one-time license. It's not much to ask for, and they would they would make a huge amount of money. They're not doing it. No one would be mad at them. Like if they would from now to next day say, hey, in order to use our product, you would have to pay like 10, 20, $30 per year, even per year. Imagine streaming for 200 hours per month, over 1,000 hours per year, and having to pay only $30 to use the tool for that. When I pay $70 per month for Adobe Premiere, so I can use Photoshop and Premiere. And these guys, like, and I don't need OBS, and I don't need Adobe Photoshop and Premiere. I can just use any free tool, obviously. But if OBS wasn't there, you know, I need OBS. I can't do my job without it. I would willingly throw money in their face, which we do. We do donate to them. They deserve it. They have workers too. They have people that put this together and they keep updating and making it better. I am absolutely bamboozled. They have backing though. OBS has backing. There are companies that stand behind them and that, you know, do Premier Spot, that do have people throwing also money at them to continue what they're doing. And that is fantastic to see that, you know, the big players notice how important OBS is, that they do have some funding too for their open source project. But essentially, they could still make so much money and they decided not to. And then there's Streamlabs OBS, which essentially just, I don't know, how can you be more scumbags? If you still want to use Streamlabs OBS, do that, but maybe think twice about what product you're using from which people and what they're willing to do, essentially. That's how I see it. I really wanted to make this video because I've been disliking these guys from day one on, their product, what they do, how they did it. And now having the story from OBS, I was sure that OBS was not okay with this, but now having even the story from the background, it gives it even more perspective. Definitely think twice about it. Do a little bit of your own homework. Try out the OBS Live extension from Stream Elements. I do use that a lot for my stuff. I do use the main OBS, the actual OBS software. There's a lot of tools, guides out there how to set this up. It's not hard. But it literally, even with zero knowledge about this, there's a button that automatically sets things up. And for troubleshooting, there's billions of YouTubers that do great tutorials. There's Discords. It's not the most complicated thing in the world. You don't need any automated process from Streamlabs that even runs worse. I wish you a fantastic good day. I really wanted to talk about this. I'm kind of happy that this surfaced finally and they keep screwing up. Thank you for being you. Thank you for watching these videos. More Warzone to come. No worries about that. See you in the next video.